Hello scrappers and planet lovers, Tin Man here with another video. So today what I want to do is take apart this tile saw. Found it on garbage day. Unfortunately it doesn't work. There was a sign on it that said broken, please scrap. So that's what I'm ready to do. And the nice thing about this is it is very heavy. This thing weighs about 25 pounds and I could actually bring this in as electronic or appliance weight price. Currently it's about 5 cents a pound, so better than nothing. But just from looking at this, it is loaded with great scrappable material. There's some really nice aluminum on here, there's some tin, there's gonna be a copper motor inside, and gonna make a lot more money taking the time to separate these items and selling them in their own category. So gonna do that for you right now, show you what's inside, and more importantly, how to identify the material, separate it properly, maximize your profit, and divert this entire thing from the landfill. So just gonna start by showing you with a magnet here. You can see the top of this is non-magnetic, as well as this guard here. The shell on the bottom is, so this is gonna go as tin or shred. Currently right now going for about 10 to 12 cents a pound. And when we talk about tin shred, it's just a category at a scrapyard. It's any type of magnetic material that is thinner than 1/4 inch. So all of your appliance outer panels, for example, microwaves, dishwashers, washers, dryers, ovens, all of those are gonna be tin shred. Anything that is higher than 1/4 inch is gonna go as steel. A lot of your structural beams, for example. But just wanna first start right up here. This item right here, just gonna unscrew it. This is aluminum. And what I love about this piece right here is this is actually, once I clean this out, there is a few bolts on here. This is gonna be classified as extrusion. Extrusion is any type of aluminum that looks like it's been put through a mold or a press. You can see the grooves on this. Ladders, for example, those would also be extrusion. And currently right now, extrusion has an amazing price. It's going for $1.23 a pound right now. It was about $1.32 in July 2024, so about a month and a bit ago, but still an excellent price. So this is extrusion. I do, as mentioned, have to remove this magnetic attraction, that bolt here. If I don't, I'm gonna get downgraded. But all I need to do is just take off the 2 bolts here. This will pop out and it will give me a nice piece. It's not gonna be extremely heavy, but it is better than nothing, and it is better than going into, for example, appliance weight price. So I will include full breakdown weights in the comment section, so stay tuned for that, check that out. The top here, just wanna quickly show, as mentioned, it is non-magnetic. So this is either gonna be good stainless steel or non-magnetic stainless steel or aluminum. The best way to tell is if I was to take my grinder and I hit this with the grinder and it sparks, it's gonna be stainless steel. Currently right now, non-magnetic stainless steel going for about 77 cents a pound. If I hit this with the grinder and it doesn't spark, it's gonna be clean or sheet aluminum, which is going for about 50 cents a pound. So I have my grinder here, have some safety glasses, we're gonna see what it is. So you can see on the edge there that was sparking. So this is gonna be stainless steel, but no matter, that's actually better because it is higher value. So that is great. But the spark test, some of your items will spark a lot more. This one I did have to just get it onto an angle, but some of them you hit it with a grinder and the sparks will just fly everywhere. So make sure you have safety glasses on, and I am gonna remove that. But right now, just actually gonna start removing some of this shell here, because I want to expose the motor. As well, I do want to say the tile. You do want to check the tile as well, or the blade, the cutting blade. Those can be reused if in good condition. Unfortunately, I don't have a tile saw, but there's no saying you can't resell it or give it to someone else, you know. It doesn't appear to be in bad condition. So not sure exactly what the problem was. I do also want to go ahead and remove this power cord. I'm just going to put this grinder off to the side. Got to get my appliance wire. I'm just going to cut it here for right now. And this is going to be a really nice piece of scrap material as well. Currently right now, this is going to be classified as 40% appliance wire. And this is going for $1.73 in London, Ontario. So an excellent price. And this does have some good weight to it, especially because it has a nice thicker outer coating. It does also have brass prongs on it. I pull those brass prongs off, put them into my brass, currently getting $3.35 a pound for it. Some people leave them on for the weight, so it does depend on who the scrapper is, but very simple to do. Look at that, I just take it, fold it, and there it is right there. So I just add this to a 4-liter bucket I have, and it is quickly adding or building up weight. So 40% appliance wire there. I'm gonna just quickly see if I have any more screws. There is my motor on the bottom. And I do also have a no, there's no transformer there. There is an on and off switch, but I want to get to the motor, which is right here. See if I can just kind of work at this. There it is. So sometimes you just gotta find the screws. And this does have some really good weight to it. So not exactly sure just as right now if this is welded in. I'm hoping this will slide out. Oh, there we go right here. So hopefully this releases that motor. So there's one bolt. Okay, this is just going to be a plastic cap on here. I don't find these often, but I do find different types of saws. I find at job sites, for example, a little bit of plastic here. There is my blade. So again, I can go ahead and remove that. If it is in bad condition, I am curious. There it is. It is magnetic. So I would just throw that into my tin as well. But just going to see where my motor is attached to. Here is a box. Oh, there it is right there. Okay. There's a couple different bolts that I have to get to release this. So there is one. I'm going to turn this. Get a pair of pliers here. Got to watch out for my magnets here. But okay, there's one. Gotta get that bolt out. Gotta get that bolt out. Sometimes I think this panel, I do have to just kind of bend it just so I can get to it. Hopefully hold that. And I think somewhere I have another pair of pliers, but just gonna see if I can hold that right now. There we go. Two. Sometimes when you don't have the tools handy, it is going to be harder, but not impossible. It's coming. Just got to make sure this thing stops sliding off my... Okay, there we go. And sometimes I think they are pinched on there. If I have my other pair of pliers somewhere, that would help. Just trying to find my pliers. And vice grips. I have 2 pairs of vice grips somewhere. Right now I'm in there. I'll use these ones. They're a little bit bigger, but that's all right. It'll speed up the process. And I have it set right now at the highest setting because I just changed my cutting blade on my grinder. There we go. There's one bolt. I want to get that motor because there's going to be a nice armature in there. And then my bolts, again, I have a magnet that's close by here. I'm hoping that this is just going to pull off there. There we go. Unscrew this because I want to get as much stuff off here as I can, so hopefully this makes it easier to play with, grab. All right, so there's one end. I'm going to do the other side. Boy, this thing is heavy, and I'm looking forward to playing with it. Looking forward to seeing how much of a motor I'm going to have out of there. All right. Trying to grab at it, but unfortunately, this one is in there pretty good. Oh, I might have to hit this with some WD-40 after. This one's, I think, got pretty good in there. There we go. Never say never. Never give up on these. Slowly, it's coming. Maybe a better. I'm gonna try something different here. I gotta change up my technique because this isn't working. So hopefully I have the right one, because I'm sure I don't. Not on camera I don't, that's for sure. I need one just bigger. Of course I don't have the right one. Nope. So I need maybe last one, let's see. No, of course I don't. So unfortunately, I don't have the right one. This suspense is killing me. Okay. There we go. Let's go! As my son loves to say. That was a lot of wasted time. So, I'm sorry about that. But hey, sometimes the anticipation is killing me. Alright. So there we go. There's the nice piece of stainless. And this has some great weight to it. Still haven't gotten to my box yet. So this is welded on here. And I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to remove this blade in order to get that motor out. I'm hoping. I'm not too sure because I don't see any other bolts on here. I'm hoping this is going to slide it out. Well, that pulls out this for sure. All right, there it is. All right, I got it now. We've got it. All right, 4 bolts at the top. Okay. And there's some pretty good crud built up in here. And of course, I just have 1 screw that's 2 screws that are going to be stripped. So I'm hoping now, well, I'm going to hit this with a grinder because it's not going to work. lot of wire still in here. Look at that wire that's still feeding through. Gonna get that wire after, get all that appliance wire. But really nice tin box here. It was worth the wait. Look at that beautiful motor. So gonna open this now. Hoping. Here's to hoping. Again, I'm hoping this is not just going to need another grinder. But unfortunately, sometimes when you're dealing with that, especially, you know, if things have been out for a long time, the screws can be worn, they could be stripped, and grinders are always a good thing to have in your arsenal there. I use it quite often. It does speed things up for sure. But look at this tile saw motor here. This is going to be, and there is a category right now for motors, about 25 cents a piece. I'm going to see right now if I can get this out. There's a couple bolts that I need to get out now. So let's see if I have the right one here now. All right. Now this is sliding out. There, let's see if that's the right one. There we go. And this does have some really nice weight. These screws, just gonna throw right into my tin as well. I could actually throw them into my steel because they are pretty thick, but I don't have a lot of steel going out. It's a lot easier just keeping all of my screws in one container, get that tin price for it. And I'm looking at the time, 16 minutes again of tinkering around, but well worth it. This is almost like a compressor, if you will. It's pretty big for sure. 2 bolts here, I want to take these out. Get as many screws out as I can. I am curious what's under here, but this does have a tin shell to it, but this does remind me actually of a compressor. And I love my compressors. They always have a nice copper motor in it. This is going to be a small capacitor right here. These capacitors, about 3 cents a pound. I want to make sure I keep it out of the landfill for sure, but not real much value to these. But again, there are categories for that. And some people will actually open them. They do come in different styles. Some of them do have a aluminum casing, some are steel. All right, so there is the inner core. There again is some more would-be steel. Look how thick that is, but I'm gonna just throw it in my tin. And there is, in a second here, I'm gonna show you, look at that beautiful motor. And I have to do the scratch test. If I was to open this or scratch it and it reveals metallic look underneath, I'm actually just gonna throw it right into a motor pile. But beautiful, look at that, copper. This is number 2 copper, currently going for $4.89 a pound. So gonna take that out. All I'm actually gonna do to open this, I could try and pull it out, but easiest way is just taking a grinder. Just gonna go grind right down that and just fold it open. So gonna do that for you right now, show you. I'm probably not gonna do the whole grind for this in this experiment to get out the wire, but I will include, again, as mentioned, the full weight breakdown for this. But there are 2, look at all that appliance wire. Okay, I'm gonna get all of it, so it just goes right through that machine. This is an excellent score for sure. I just wish those bolts were not as stubborn and I had that part quicker than I did, but that's okay. Sometimes just learning what to do and problem solving is part of the reason scrapping, in my opinion, is so therapeutic. So again, just gonna put this right here in my grinder. I'm gonna grind right down the side because this is in there pretty good. Okay, but here it is right here. I'm gonna turn that for you to show you. Feel it release, feel it pop out of there. There it is. Just gonna pull it now outwards. And I could actually just hit it with a hammer, loosen it if I want, or just fold the side. Sometimes they are welded. There could be a couple spots where it's welded. Okay, but this right there is my motor. And all I'm actually gonna do for this, so again, some more tin here, I'm actually just gonna cut down the side of this, pull off this whole ring, and then what I will do is I will turn it over and I will hit the other side, this side here, downward with a punch, so it's gonna pull them out that way. So just gonna quickly show you. Okay, so you can see this does come off here. Again, not gonna do the whole thing because I do have other videos showing you how to pull out copper from different copper motors. But all I, again, is gonna do is before I do that, do the scratch test, check how much, or if it's copper at all. Again, 25 cents or 20 cents a pound for just motors in general. But this one, because of the copper, gonna make a lot more from that. So again, lots of tin here for sure on this shell. Beautiful extrusion. Again, gonna get the $1.26 a pound for this. Beautiful, beautiful copper motor here. Getting that number 2 copper. Continues to be our scrapper's gold copper. And again, a lot of nice 40% appliance wire. And last but not least, how do I forget the nice stainless steel deck here. Again, grinder test, check to see if it sparks or if it doesn't. Because it sparked, gonna get non-magnetic stainless steel price for this. So again, great item for sure. I will include final weight breakdowns and value from this. But again, a tile saw, not always gonna find them, but I do find, obviously, here a lot of tools. Again, sometimes scrapping, finicky, work around with the tools you have, and sometimes problem solve. But again, interesting item for sure. Hope you enjoyed that. Please comment down below, like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Tin Man out.